Hey guys, Dana Danley here with Instigers Realty Partners, and this is another episode of At Home with Dana. And today, I'm so excited. We are going to do our Teacher of the Month for September, and that's with my good friend Adriana Price, and she is an Avid teacher here at Stevenson Middle School. Hi, Adriana.
Hi, thanks for coming to my home away from home. I've been here at Stevenson for 20 years this year. As Dana mentioned, I am the Avid teacher and coordinator here at Stevenson Middle School. I've been teaching Avid on our campus since 2007. I also coach 7th grade girls volleyball, so that's my role this year. But I've worn many hats here on campus. I've taught reading as a subject. I have taught ELA. And I've also coached all athletic sports, meaning I've been in the athletic periods as well.
Oh, wow.
So
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, 20 years, or all here at Stevenson?
all here at Stevenson.
That's amazing. So you got your degree, and this was your first job, and
Yes.
you stayed.
The irony to that is I never envisioned teaching middle school.
Oh, wow.
I always wanted to teach elementary, and I wanted to focus on actually teaching reading, like the process of reading, phonics, whole language, all of that good stuff to little children. When I got my opportunity to begin interviewing, I think that was when there was like a transition in the standardized testing, and they started testing for math and science. So that's what they were looking for, math and science specialists
Okay.
at the elementary level. I'm a reading specialist, so I couldn't even get an interview.
Wow.
Yeah, so God wink, my pastor at the time, Brother Belver at Helotes First Baptist Church, his wife worked here at Stevenson
Okay.
as a math teacher. And she knew I was having trouble finding even an interview opportunity. And so she heard that a reading teacher was retiring, and she reached out and said, "Would you consider interviewing? I'll put in a good word for you." I said, I really don't want to do middle school. It's scary. She said, "Give it a try. Just get into Northside, stick it out for 3 years, and if you want to transfer, the 3-year window will allow for you to transfer to elementary." I said, "Okay." So I trusted her,
Yeah.
and I showed up here, and I interviewed with Mr. Randy Young. And the other irony to our story is he was really good friends with like Coach Mike and all them at Tapatio Springs.
Oh, wow. Okay. Whole side note, but
yeah, totally. It's a different note. But when we worked together at Tapatio Springs, we catered to a bunch of retired coaches. And
Clark
Yes.
and Marshall. And,
Right.
Yeah.
so my principal I was interviewing with was good buddies of theirs. He's a former coach. He was still working.
Okay.
They had been retired, but needless to say, the interview wasn't an interview. It was just chatting about the good old days.
Right.
And so I ended up getting a job here, teaching reading, and have not looked back. Middle school is where it's at for me.
Yeah, these are your people.
These are my people. It is the range of the strange. Do not get me wrong.
I love that. The range of the strange. We'll put that down here.
This is my group. 6th, 7th, and 8th. Specifically 8th grade is where my niche is, and that's really where my heart has been since.
Wow.
So
That's so crazy. I'm not surprised at all because, I know that you're probably the teenage whisperer or preteen whisperer. Well, so you're an Avid teacher.
Yes.
And I'm a little embarrassed to say I probably don't know what that means, and maybe
Okay.
other people don't.
Sure.
Can you explain that a
So
little bit?
Avid is an acronym. It stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, and it's a college preparatory course. It's really geared towards students who are academically average to high, but maybe don't have the support system at home, or just don't have the knowledge and experience that it would take to understand more rigorous courses and that kind of college path. And so my job here at Stevenson is to work with those students to really make them one up.
Okay.
So if I have a student who has no honors classes at all, my expectation is you take Avid as a support, and I'll explain to you how I support them in a minute. But we also want to one-up your honors classes. So you're going to also take ELA honors this year for the first time ever.
Okay, cool.
Or I have kids who maybe are in all honors classes, but they're in that BC range, and they really could be A students.
Right.
So I support them here in my classroom with things like Wicker, strategies, writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. And those kind of soft skills sets like looking somebody in the eye, shaking hands, asking articulate and academic questions,
Right.
Presentation skills, note-taking skills, organization skills, all the things that teachers wish kids came with naturally.
Right.
And let's be honest, they don't, right? Even as adults.
Well, some of us
Some
are
of
more
us,
natural than
yeah,
others.
we
Everyone
don't-
taught me how to read, by the way, 5th grade tutor right here.
So, those are the things that we focus on here in my classroom, and I tell them we build a little toolbox, and they take the toolbox into their other academic area classes and take out the hammer
Right.
and use it.
Awesome.
And take out the screwdriver and use it. So they're using those things we do here to make themselves more successful
Okay.
in their academics now, but also moving forward. So in high school, we're hoping that they're taking those dual credit courses.
Right.
And they're earning college credit sitting in the high school classroom.
Yeah.
They're understanding and learning how to apply for FAFSA, scholarships, all of that stuff that's really going to make them, ahead of the game for applying to colleges and successful enrollment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. So you explained Wicker to us. What's the little lights about, or what is
So-
this display?
I just wanted to have a visual for the students so that they would know what our focus areas are. When they come in the room, they would see one of the lights lit up, and they'd know that today our lesson, although we will probably touch on all of them at some point in the period, we're really going to focus on writing today. I do offer tutoring sessions 2 times a week. We have college-age tutors that come in and help my kids with those other academic areas that they might be struggling in. So that day they would come in, of course, and they'd see C. Why? Because we're going to be collaborating. We're going to be joining up with each other. Everybody with math
Very
questions
cool.
come together. The tutor's there to help them. So they'll know where the focus area is for the day based on the lights.
Man, I really love that, because then you're setting expectations right away.
Yeah.
And it creates an order and a focus from the get-go.
Yeah.
So there's no question.
And a
Like
lot
if
of
they
times,
writing, it's
I'll
gonna be a
wrap
long
it up,
hour.
and that's the end of the when we debrief. Okay, so I said we were doing a lot of collaboration today. Where did you see the collaboration in the room? And I make them tell me. So it's
Right.
not me just telling them like this is what's happening today. Although it is nice to have a warning, like if
Yeah.
you come in as a non-writing fan and you're going to write today,
Yeah.
you get a little bit
Or
of
get
a
excited
heads
about
up.
it. Like,
or you could get
this
excited.
is my jam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nail it.
And then, so it just helps them debrief and be like, that's where I noticed this particular skill.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So, that's cool. I really love the thought of that program, and that really helps those middle range people really start to look for the future. How has all this changed in light of, it's 2020, and so forever 2020 is going to mean Corona. You educators and teachers and faculty members really have had a lot thrown at you in the last 6 months. How did y'all pivot, and what are you doing right now?
I'll be real honest with you. It's been very tough. So if you have teachers in your life, you need to pray for them, and you need to check on them. I might get emotional. I'm feeling it.
Okay, that's all right. They need to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
how can we support you? Yeah.
So teaching is not for the faint of heart. It's definitely a call to be in the classroom, and it's really impacted my why I went into education. I'm here for the kids. I told you about the little story where I thought the range of the strange middle schoolers weren't for me, and I was wrong. They are for me, and I am for them. And it's hard when we're not face to face. You can't build that relationship the same way you can if they're here in the classroom. So it's really been difficult to balance what I want for them and with them, with my own family's health and, concerns for my safety, So it's been tough. It's been a tough transition. We're figuring it out. I'm really proud of my profession and, you know, like you said, how quickly we had to pivot.
Yeah.
And what we had to do to continue to make an impact on kids and to continue to educate them even if we can't have them in the classroom with us. And so it's been tough, but we will be better for it.
Yeah.
We'll be better for it.
How's it going with, so are y'all Zooming?
We are Zooming every period. So my day, you know, I check in virtually like I would with us if we were in the classroom. So first period, everybody loads into the Zoom class. I take attendance, you know, who's there. And usually how I do it is I kind of say, this is the plan for the day. Everything is electronic, and so, or everything is virtual. Everything's in our learning management system, which we're using, Schoology is what Northside's using. And everything is there. So theoretically, kids don't have to attend the Zoom session, although it really does help them to get the explanation. It's not the same when you're reading it or watching a video. So I usually just say, pull up mine, I share a screen, and I show them, okay, this is what I need you to do today.
Okay.
You know, ask for any questions. And then I usually just let them go. I will stay on the live link, so if a kid needs to pop back in and ask questions or get clarification, I'm there, like I would be in the classroom, right? I'll be honest with you, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It's usually a couple hours later when they finally get around to doing it, they'll send me an email and say, I was confused. But, you know, they are kids, right?
Yeah.
We're used to it. Or I'll just tell them, let's get clarification the next day. So they know I'm going to be there, same time, same place,
Right.
you know, the next day.
That's good.
So that's how it's been working for us right now. We are in Northside going to be stair-stepping, staging in kids. So next week, I'll actually have 4 students
Okay.
on my that are on my rosters that will show up in the classroom. And that will be for about 2 weeks. And then they'll stair-step to the next level of student who needs support.
Okay.
So Northside kind of has a plan of how they've, you know, how they're tiering in kids.
Okay.
And it's really based on need.
Right.
You know, and so the less needy will come later.
Okay. Awesome. I love that. And you can't see because we're facing this awesome display board, but it's all separated, just one desk, one chair, at least like way more than 6 feet. And we'll probably maybe get a screenshot of that or scan her room. It's so done so well. And Adriana, thank you for serving our community.
Yeah.
And we're right, Stevenson is right between Mainland and Gilbo on Tezel. Is that far? No,
Yep.
we're not that far. Are we?
Tezel and Gilbo is our intersection.
Yes, Tezel and Gilbo. So we're right here in like the Bronze Station area. So we're doing a highlight. This is my hood of September. So anyway, it's an awesome community, great homes here, and amazing staff that loves their kiddos. And are y'all going to do volleyball this year?
We are going to do volleyball. It'll look much different. We start tryouts next week. We're only going to be taking 24 on the team, which is low. We usually take 32 or so. We typically have just under 100 trying out. This year we only have about 38 signed up. So, you know,
so the community's filling it too.
The community is filling it. They're still nervous about, you know, what a game day would look like, what practices look like, because there's going to be interaction. There's definitely going to be, you can't play a team sport without being close.
Awesome.
So we're going to have precautions. You know, we've got sanitation expectations. They will be masked when they're not in a drill. They will unmask when they are participating in a drill because, you know, the masking with asthmatics really impacts their breathing and their ability to fully function.
I'm glad to hear that because we have a good friend that her daughter goes to Connolly, I believe, and just trying to figure out volleyball over there. And I was nervous to how would you do running drills in a mask and that sort of thing. And but anyway, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
You're doing an amazing job. And where can people find out more about your school or just on Facebook or?
So we do have a Facebook page. Coke R. Stevenson Middle School is what you would look for. I have a Twitter at Stevenson Avid, and I don't use it for personal. It's all my school stuff.
Oh, fun.
So you can kind of check in on my kids and what we are getting to do. I post there occasionally. A little less right now.
Well, after this, you're going to be famous. You're going to need to up your game, I guess.
And then just as an aside, so that you kind of know our attendance zone, I know Dana, with the real estate, that can be important. My school would feed Marshall High School and O'Connor High School.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Always keeping me on track.
Yeah.
Keeping me on track since 3rd grade right here. And it is true that in Mrs. Richardson's class, I was having trouble reading, and it was Adriana and I out in the hallway, and you took that seriously. So you had a call to
From the early age.
teach.
Yeah.
What'd you call them? The odd and oddies? What?
Yeah, the range of the strange.
Oh, well, see, you saw the range of the strange from the get-go. I have prepared you well.
You did. You
for
helped me
your
out.
professional
Between
life.
you and my Cabbage Patch Kids, 1982.
Which one? Do you even know their name?
I had 42.
Oh,
Are you kidding?
gosh.
I had a whole classroom
Okay.
full.
Well,
It was
always
my
the show
thing.
off. Always
Yeah.
the show off, because I had one, but I had one real one, and then I had a knockoff. Was it?
Okay.
There was a knockoff kind that
Yeah.
she literally pulled out of a cabbage
Oh
head.
my gosh. I didn't have that one.
Oh, of course.
My first one's name was Gail.
Oh.
Gail. She
Do you
was
still have
blonde.
Gal?
I think we have since they're gone.
Okay.
We stored them improperly, and garbage bag melted on most of them.
Poor
I
Gal, death
know.
by suffocation.
Yes.
Much like your athletic students are going to feel like. That's too soon and not appropriate. So sorry. It's okay. If we can't make a little fun of COVID, we're going to go
Yeah.
crazy.
That's the truth.
Again, it was amazing coming in. They took so many precautions even to bring us visitors in. They're doing it right over here. And again, Adriana, thank you so much. And have a wonderful school year and
Thank
make the best out of it. Let us know how we can help you.
Awesome. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.